Here's what I'm looking for in a sample portfolio. For a digital portfolio is we want to have several different files in it, individual PDF files. So we're going to have a cover, we're going to have a table of contents, we're going to have some pages of possibly print, possibly web, possibly your other artwork, and we want to have our resume if we have a resume. And here's a sample of this portfolio file. It's got a sample of one that I've made up to show you. Okay, so if we click this button here, it's too big right now. If we click this button here, it'll get it down to full size for the screen. So this is the cover. You put whatever you want on the cover in your favorite image. We want to have some sort of a navigation. What I've got here is simple and clunky, but you click on it and then you go to the table of contents. We want to be able to have this as sort of the home page, and we want to be able to go back to it. We want our clients to be able to look at our potential employers and come back and look at it. So we've got a left navigation, right navigation, and we should be able to go to different spots. Now if we want to go back to the home page, I should have this home hot so we could go back there, but I don't. But I'm going to show you how to make them hot later and make them work. But I'm basically going to go back. And as I go through it, I want to be able to move everywhere. You've got this navigation, print 1, 2, 3, web. You can also have hot links to go to live websites, to go wherever you want to go. You could have videos. You could have any of those things on here. Okay, so basically we just want to have a few pages. We want to have a background, however you want it to look like, and that's it. Okay, so let me show you some samples of some students' work. Now this particular resume, I made it 8.5 by 11. And I think that it's probably be better if you made it 11 wide, 8.5 tall. And I'll show you some students' examples now. You know, here's a student from a few years ago. You know, she's got a link on here. If it would have been on landscape instead of portrait, it would have been better. You know, she's showing off her work here, and you can go back to her resume. You can go to her front page. So it's kind of got the navigation that I want. You know, it's got enough pages. You don't have to have a lot of pages. You know, here's the background another student made. You know, the navigation works. It's got the table of contents. You can't really go to each individual page. I guess you can. That's what I want to do. I want you to be able to go back to each individual page. Okay, you can just click through her work. You know, I think that one works pretty good. Here's another student's work. This jumping around in size doesn't work right, but there's ways that if you set it the right size when you make it a PDF, it'll be okay. You know, you can go to different projects. You know, I think her background kind of detracts. It's nice to have a background, but I think it sort of detracts from her imagery. But it's got a home button that'll take us back to the home page. I don't like keep clicking to make it the right size, but you can change that as you go along. Okay, here's another student's work. You know, it's landscape. It seems to work pretty good. You know, it goes front and back. It's showcasing his photography. You know, this particular student is very successful now after a few years away from here. Not as a photographer, but as a web designer. This particular student doesn't have any navigation, doesn't have a table of contents. There's really no background. I mean, I think the background could be simple and elegant or something, or just the way you set it up. Let me show you. I have some more. You know, I think this background here is kind of distracting. You know, she's got her drawings. Where right now, this is very nice background. It doesn't detract from her work. Her work is still showcased, but it's a nice, elegant background. You know, this really detailed background is sort of a problem for me. Okay, so she just has a front page. That's what we're looking for. Front page, maybe with your name and your favorite image. Table of contents that links to a few other places so you want to have the navigation. And this is just a start. You know, this is something that you can send to anybody. They don't need to have a web page to view it, and it works very well. Okay, so now the way to make it, let me show you the way to make it. I've got all the files that I need to use, saved individual files. You can make it in InDesign. Do your images in Illustrator or Photoshop, bring them into InDesign, and save individual pages. And then you want to open up Acrobat, and then we want to create from Acrobat, we want to create a PDF. We want to combine files into a single PDF, not the portfolio. We just want to simply combine files into a single PDF. Okay, so I'm going to add files, and I'm going to search for these files. So I'm going to select cover, print 1, print 2, print 3, resume, table of contents, web 1, web 2, web 3. I'm going to add files. Now that I have them added in here, I can move them up and down. So I want to move table of contents up next to the cover, and maybe I want to have a resume. I want to move it down. Okay, so I'm going to combine files. It's going to combine them all for me. You know, it's going to bring them into Acrobat. I need to click this button to make them right size. Now, I already have my navigation on here. All we need to do is to make it navigate. So I want to be able to show the tools, okay? And bear with me. I can't remember exactly how to do it. I think it's under content. I think we just say link. And so all I need to do, I click link, and then I just draw a box around my navigation point. And I want it to be invisible rectangle, invert, and I just want to make it go to a page. So I say next. And then all I have to do is to go to the page that I want it to go to. So I want it to go to the table of contents. I set the link. Okay? That's all there is to it. So I go to the next page. You know, I want to go back. So I just draw the box, set link. I got to go back to the page, click set link, and I'm done. I want to go to the right. I do the same thing again, set link. All I need to do is go to the page that I want it to go to, set link. Okay, now I can make all of these move also. I just click what I want to do, go next. Then I just need to go to the resume page, and then I set the link. Okay, and then I just keep going through that all the way through all the images. I make it go wherever I want it to go, then I test it. If it doesn't work out, I might have to make some adjustments in it. That should be enough to get you started.